Did I hear you say, when you said charter schools wash, if I understood it, wash themselves of students, are you saying that you know of charter schools that are kind of basically kicking kids out and back into regular public schools in order to maintain some kind of a performance standard?
I've experienced it myself as a parent. I had a child who was in a charter school. I'll just say the name. Specifically, he was in Maritime. He got there as a sophomore. He is an IEP student. In order for him to gain entry into the school, we needed to agree to not follow his individual education plan. So we did that. And after a few months, they called me in and said that he was not performing, that he was not appropriate for the program, and either I could withdraw him or they would expel him, and that would be on his permanent record. So I withdrew him.
So just to be clear, when you're saying, is that the only incident that you're referring to, or do you see this happening more broadly?
That is my personal experience as a school nurse. There was around October, November, an influx of children coming back into Buffalo public schools from charter schools. And I know that because I needed to check all of the shot records and maintain records, and a lot of them were coming back from charters.
Also on charters, we've heard from parents at, what are the two schools, Westminster and the other one?
Right, Enterprise.
Who are disturbed that the Buffalo Public Schools is trying to close them, essentially making the argument a lot of these kids are going to end up in worse performing public schools. What do you think should happen?
I don't know what the record is for Westminster or Enterprise, but what I do believe is that charter schools should be held to the same standard as public schools. A lot of the issue I take is that the staff is not well paid or supported. I'm obviously a big proponent of organized labor. So without the data, I can't really have an opinion about Westminster or Enterprise. The personal experience that I did have with Westminster is that it was part of the Buffalo Promise Neighborhood Program, which, as far as I could tell, was pretty successful. I know that they have a very engaged student body and parents in that school. So if it works, then it should stay, and if it doesn't, then we have to find out a way to make it work.